Hello again, everyone. Walkinator 007 here, also known as Jazz, and today I'm going to be making a tutorial on how to properly do the Eternal Engine door clip out, which, if done right, is absolutely 100% consistent. Just like that. So, first of all, the first thing about this trick is we're going to be using this tank here to help us clip out of bounds. And if you hold completely forward on this tank, you could see Tails partially clips out of bounds, then clips back in. And that's part of the trick. The other thing is the door, when it fully opens, if we happen to be partially clipped out of bounds while that door fully opens, it will prevent us from clipping back in bounds, and it will force us out of bounds, which is exactly what we want. So there's two parts to this trick. There is getting on the tank and holding the right angle, which is basically straightforward. Like, the angle is you hold forward. Some people hold forward and slightly right. The important thing is that you are partially clipping out of bounds the same time that the door is fully opened. So one of the things is the angle you hold, the other thing is timing. The door needs to be opened as you're partially clipped out of bounds. And there's a few different setups that I've come up with to get perfect timing every time. One of them is landing on the back of the tank, which I messed up right there, because I don't use this method. Yeah, you can land on the back of the tank and slide forward. Okay, so I am back. Just to show that timing is an important factor and it's more than just holding the right angle, I'm going to do something that I know will not work. I'm going to hover over to that tank, then I'm going to hold the correct angle. I'm going to land on the middle of the tank, and it's just not going to work. So yeah, as you can see, that doesn't work. Even if you hold the perfect angle, it's just never gonna work properly. So, instead, you're gonna want to find a setup that always works with the proper timing. And the setup I found, that kind of failed because I hovered for too long. The setup I found, anyway, hovering straight to the wall, and as soon as you hit the wall, you drop into the corner and hold the angle. And there, that's it. So yeah, showing that off again. Starting from this position, if you hover straight into the wall and then drop as soon as you touch the wall, and then hold straight forward, you will have the right angle and the right timing to clip out of bounds. So just boop. It seems to work every time for me. So that's what I use. And I'm, of course, using Cheat Engine to get back over here so that I don't have to, like, go through a long sequence just to get back here. So there's other things that might work. It just, as long as the timing is correct, it'll work. Another thing that could potentially be useful would be running towards it and then finding a timing that works that way. I haven't found anything for that, but if you do find something for that, it might be possible to go for the task clip out, which doesn't even use the door. It just uses a proper run into the tank and jumping at the right time. And so you could go for that and possibly use the door as a backup. But for now, I just use the door primarily because it's very simple. Alright, here it is one last time. Hover straight into the corner, hit the wall, drop, hold the angle. And then as soon as you do that, you hold right and down, like down right. And now I'm going to show you a basic beginner void movement to get to the end of the stage. And after that, I'll show you what I do, which is a more advanced technique. And what I do is quite a bit faster, so you should use it if you want that free time save. It takes a bit of practice, though, to get consistent at. Alright, so I was a bit too far to the right there, as you can see. So you find this big green cylinder here, and you go right up to this back wall of it on the left, and you can just drop straight down. There is an invisible platform that you will land on, so you want to walk off to the left. As soon as you fall, start hovering, and there's this sort of disc thing, cylinder at the bottom. It's got these red lines on it. You want to go to the second red line from the left. Like the first one's right on the edge of it. You want to go to the second one, and you just sort of go straight into that, and that should put you right above the goal ring. So I'll do that. And yeah, there I hit the goal ring. That's it. I kind of wanted to show off what the back of the goal ring area looked like, but oh well. I couldn't get the right camera angle. So now I'm just going to be showing off my void movement as soon as I get back to the part. Right, so I'm back, and here's how I do my particular void movement. Start by clipping out, of course, and then immediately start holding down right. And as soon as I get here, I do an early drop, and as soon as I see the red lines in the background, the sort of break up in the texture, I start hovering again. I can actually afford to be a little bit lower than this. I kind of want Tails' head to be right below the bottom light gray line. Alright, and now I carefully watch, well, I can't exactly point this out, but I look at the tail fins that come out of the legs. I look at the left one, our right, Tails is left, like the left fin on his mech. It's to our right though, and I look at the texture on his left foot, again our right, and I want that the tip of the fin to be aligned with the middle or back of the sort of gray part on his foot. It's kind of hard to explain, but this will get me the perfect angle to hold just to get straight to where I want to be. Because if you don't hold the perfect angle, you're going to lose too much height and you're going to die. So, you'll see the fin will be bobbing up and down, but the tip of it will pretty much stay in the same spot. Just that's what I look for. So yeah, I might be too low because I wobbled around quite a bit there because I had to unpause and reposition myself. Okay, so I'm back here. I'm going to try the void movement again, this time without pausing and losing a bunch of altitude and messing up and crap. So again, pay close attention to the left fin on the leg of the of the ship and where it is relative to the texture on the front foot, like the left foot. That's what I look for. You might be able to look for something else, but that's what I look for, and it works for me. Okay, so that's a rare. That's quite rare. That happens if you hold back too soon, like immediately after clipping out. If you don't wait like the slightest bit of time before holding back on the control stick, you could graze the kill plane there. And that is the kill plane from the acid section. So yeah, I'll just try that again. So yeah, it's a good thing to add a slight delay there if you want to. So again, I want the tail fin to be roughly in the middle of that gray little intake part of the foot. Like right where it is now. This should be good. And then I'm going to do a slight turn at the end. Right here. And here's the back of the goal ring. Of course, I didn't have to hover slowly into it, but I just wanted to show you what the back of the goal ring looks like. It's like a gray box. So that's how I do my early drop void movement. It's not perfect. You could potentially save a bit more time over it. Obviously, you could save more time from not hovering so much at the end and just dropping straight into the goal ring, which I would have done if I wasn't explaining things. But there also might be a way to save time if you find out... so the camera curves a bit during that section, and so flying in what appears to us to be a straight line is actually flying in a slight curve. And so if we were to figure out how exactly the camera curves and compensate for that, we would be able to fly in an actually perfectly straight line, which would be a bit faster, maybe a second faster. But for now, this works. It works pretty well. And so yeah, that's all I wanted to show for Eternal Engine, how to do the Eternal Engine skip. And good luck with this. It's pretty easy. It's, but it is, the void movement is definitely something that I'd say you should practice a lot, like with the save state and stuff like that, using an emulator. Same with the clip out itself. Just practice getting that consistent clip out with the proper timing. As long as you do it the same way each time, it should work. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about this, and good luck with Eternal Engine.